Hello viewers. Well, over the past few weeks or a couple of months even, you'll have been seeing the development of the Team VVV Rig, which is here, and of course here you can see some replays of iRacing, which I'll get back onto again eventually. With the PC titles, it does always take time to sort of dial yourself in and get used to them again, and get your car set up and get your wheels set up and all the other software you need to download as well. But in this video I thought we'd take a look at the rig, kicking off of course with the Rseat RS1, which has recently been released. So here we are then, the RS1. A look at the seats. You can see here the rig's all set up with the Thrustmaster T500. I've currently got the Formula wheel on there as well, and of course my light up keyboard, which is all really handy on the PC, and keyboard arm. I can move that how I would like. I've got the gear stick there at the moment, plus the Logitech sound system, and the speakers all attached. You can see the front speaker just around here past the wheel as well. If we can just move around, you'll see it just over there for the forward speaker. So all the speakers are attached. So far then, let's just go through this rig so we can have a good look at it. I'm not going to necessarily review it right now, I'm just sort of showing everybody all the parts it's constructed of. So obviously over to the side we have the PC arm. If we can just maneuver ourselves around, you can see you can move this however it's comfortable for you, depending on where you're sitting. And then on the far side, just behind the wheel, we also have a mount for a button box and a tablet as well, which can be put on that side mount as well. Now I'm very tall, I'm just over 6'6" or 6'7" with trainers on, so for me it's quite a tight fit, but for the average person there'll be no problem at all. I also use a cushion, as you can see in the seat there, that just gives me a little bit more lower back support. I could do with that on the rig. So overall a very solid, very comfortable rig. The basic rig starts at 526 euros. So that's a pretty good price for a rig that's sort of this solid construction that builds towards a proper D-box unit. You can buy the different parts. So what do we have here attached? Well, we have the basic rig plus the PC arm plus the speaker brackets as well. Then of course we have the triple screen stand, which you can see here, and of course that works perfectly for me. I'm using three 42-inch LG TVs in game mode. This gives me a nice response. Obviously it depends how well the game has been made as well when it comes to the response time. And then we have the PC. We'll get in there and we'll show you some other shots of the PC as well, which is running with two GTX 780s, which basically gives it lots of power. It takes a bit of time getting set up on initially. If you'd like to see a video of just setting up a PC like that and the SLI details and also the special resolution, that's not something I've seen someone set up before, so that the image actually goes behind the bezel, so it's one continuous image rather than having it cut from screen to screen. Because initially, that I mentioned on the video about motion sickness, it was that caused the motion sickness, and as soon as I set up the bezel correction, everything was working properly. So you can see me just losing it there, trying to go too fast and some of those corners in the Star Mazda. I'm looking forward to driving the Star Mazda. It's a car that talks to me, though I haven't quite got the steering wheel settings right. As for the T500, great wheel, great force feedback response. Generally speaking, when it comes to wheels, I've always mentioned on this channel that I've always liked the feeling of the G25 in terms of general feedback, but when it comes to force feedback, the G25 is very lacking now. You know, it sort of chugs rather than giving you a smooth feeling of a loss of grip, and that doesn't happen with the Thrustmaster wheel. So we have the Rseat Rig, and there's a link to that below in the video. We have the Team VVV test rig PC, and again there's a link to that as well. And as I say, it is expensive, but it does have the two graphics cards and a big hefty power supply in there as well, so that's a good deal from PCSpecialist. And the screens, well, you'll need to find whatever the current model are when it comes to LG, but you'll find all of those details in the description and on the About Us page. And so from the driver's eye view, we see what you're seeing in the cockpit, looking around, give you those nice sort of angles that you get around the side, so you can look either side, really get a good view of your car looking into the corners there, and of course then you look over to that corner and your eye in there for accelerating. Really a nice view that you get. It just changes the way you use these sort of racing simulators. So you're looking for that line as it pushes you away to the outside, keeping the car on course and in for another lap of this Zandvoort circuit. So it's really nice to get that feel. Coming to turn one. And that really gives you an idea of head positioning, what you're looking at that wheel on the inside by the line as the outside comes to you. It's a nice sort of feeling that having triple screens and a full size view helps with, and that's really a good indication there of the eye view, if you like, when you're racing on this thing. So nice little indication. So that's it for a look in this quick look in this view, viewers, at the Rseat Rig. It's a very solid structure overall, and you'll see in some pictures here just how it's designed and how it looks. Works very well so far with all of my accessories, though my mouse does have a tendency to vibrate off of the panel there occasionally, but so far it's been pretty solid. And as I say, that cushion in the lower back is handy. But I'm not here reviewing the product today, I'm just showing you a look at it so you can see for yourselves at what I'm using. I do get inquired quite a bit what equipment I'm using here. And for me it transforms as you can see from that onboard view, it transforms the gameplay experience, because you have this full-size car, you know, this full-size environment, you're turning your head into the corners. It's in a way, in many ways, for the average person, it's as close as you get. Now, when it comes to price of putting all this stuff together, it's not cheap, but it's not super expensive either. The cost tends to come in the other things, you know, the butt kickers and in particular the D-box, which costs many thousands of pounds once you get to that level. But actually putting a rig like this varies tremendously, but certainly the basic rig and screen stands are pretty reasonably priced. The steering wheels, well, it's a T500, it is what it is, and of course the screens, well, it depends greatly on what size of screen you're after and what size of experience. Because I'm doing the YouTube here, I want to invest in something that really gives me that experience, and it works really well. So it feels great when you're in there, and from my own perspective, you know, if it came to using a 24-inch monitor with a higher response rate or a slightly lesser response rate with a bigger monitor, I'm always someone who'll go with the bigger monitor. It depends what you want. Some people want resolution, some people want frame rate. It's horses for courses. So it really depends what you're looking for in your setup, but certainly from a PC front it delivers for me. And I've had tremendous problems with PCs in the past. You know, people often try getting people to build them, getting friends to build them, and it's always unreliable that way. So it's nice to go to a retailer that builds a PC, because let's face it, not everyone knows how to build a PC. They're changing all the time, and though to a PC builder it's easy, well, that's good for a PC builder, but to members of the public who don't know how to build a PC, not necessarily inclined to learn how to build one, they just want one built, PCSpecialist have done a rock solid job. And as someone who doesn't know and isn't interested in building myself, it's certainly been a big help for me, above some other perhaps PC builders which they expect the customer to do it all themselves. So it's great that PCSpecialists have put something like that together. Rig looks great, it plays great, and we'll be seeing lots of videos in the future. And as I say, if you have any questions, do put them to me on the forum. I'll be putting the thread on the forum, and I'll get back to those questions in my Q&A videos as well. But that's been a quick look today at the Team VVV Rig. Hope you've enjoyed that little tour. If there's anything else you want to see, do let me know. And as ever, there'll be more from me very soon.